Good afternoon. Remember that night in October 2024, Israel was preparing for the largest missile attack at the country's history. You could cut the tension with knife. People rushed to shelters. The streets were empty. There was panic in the air. And in the middle of that surreal moment, something unbelievable happened. A plane landed in Ben Gurion Airport. Not a military plane, not an emergency rescue, a regular flight, full of olim. Let's go to the next. And from that plane stepped a young family with a few suitcases and a baby stroller. They weren't nervous. They didn't know what might happen next, but their eyes were shining. They believed not just that everything would be okay, but that it would be worth it, that they were part of something bigger. I need your help with the presentation. Okay. When missiles went up in Iran, a plane full of hope came down in Israel. This wasn't a coincidence. Our olim knew the risk. They understood the news headline and the political situation. But some things are more than fear. They made a clear choice, Aliyah, not because it's easy, because it matters. This moment wasn't the beginning of a new story. It was the next chapter of an old one. Let's go back. Let's go back in time. June 1968, exactly 1 year after the Six-Day War, the Israeli government made a decision to establish the Ministry of Aliyah. Why? Because something amazing had happened. The danger to Israel's existence were gone. The country felt stronger and more helpful, and Jews around the world started to feel more inspired. Between 1967 and 1973, over 2,060,000 Jews made Aliyah. In 1968 alone, over 30,000 olim arrived from Western countries. For the first time, a major wave of Aliyah came from prosperity, from the US, from Canada, France, South Africa, and Latin America. This wasn't just immigration. That's why we call it Aliyah, because it doesn't mean to move from a place to place. It means rising. Now, more than 50 years later, the mission is more relevant than ever. Now let's go back to October 7th. In any other country, war usually makes people run away. But in Israel, something truly unexpected happened. They came here in large numbers during one of the most catastrophic crises in our history. And within 24 hours, the Minister of Aliyah, Ofir Sofer, launched Operation Af Al Pi Chen, Embrace Olim. The country was still in shock, but Jews from all around the world were already arriving at Ben Gurion Airport. We were there ourselves to witness the miracle. They did Aliyah and came to help us, to join the IDF, to volunteer in hospitals, to stand with us. They asked to be part of Israel even in its hardest, most painful moments. We saw what makes Israel truly unique, our ability to come together, support one another, and turn challenges into opportunities. Since that day, over 50,000 olim came to Israel. Since October 7, 50,000 Olim came to Israel. This is a number far above our usual average. And when this war ends, we believe that the next wave of Aliyah will grow even larger. But this is not everything. This is just the beginning. With the leadership of Minister Sofer, we're working every day to turn this moment into a movement, to make sure that momentum doesn't stop. And that's what's happening now in Israel. This is what we call Aliyah 2.0. Aliyah 2.0 reflects a powerful opportunity. Aliyah 2.0 is not just about supporting Olim. It's about addressing the critical need and pain points of turning Aliyah into true growth engine. For us, Aliyah is no longer just a moral mission. It's a national economy strategy for the state of Israel. With Aliyah 2.0, we want to build the state of Israel. Israel has urgent needs, and we can't afford to ignore them. By 2026, Israel is expected to have the lowest physician-to-population ratio in the OECD. We need doctors, we need engineers, we need tech professionals. If we want to lead the world in AI, we need the best minds. If we want to develop advanced defense system like Chetz missile, we need engineers. For the first time in Israel history, we are identifying what the country lacks and truly needs, and we are actively working to bring that talent home. We are building a global recruitment system just for them, using small tools, AI, and direct outreach to find the right people. So far, in 2024, we've already brought in 519 doctors, and we expect to bring 600 more in 2025. This is a major move. And the Minister of Aliyah set ambitious goals for us for the coming years. You know, every time I talk with the Ministry of Finance, I tell them that our research shows that every shekel invested in Aliyah brings 5 shekels into the Israeli economy. The direct contribution of immigration between 2022 to 2024 is estimated at around 2 billion shekels. This isn't just a social program. It's one of Israel's smartest investments. When we fully implement our strategic and language plan, we can add 4 to 7.5 billion shekels just in tax revenue and save 6 million shekels in training costs. Aliyah has always been our shared hope, and now it's a national mission. Minister Sofer called it Af al Pichen, named after the Aliyah ship captured by the British in 1947, because today, just like then, people are making Aliyah despite the challenges and despite the risks, and they arrive to Israel with great hope in their hearts. That family that stepped off the plane in October 2024, they share the same spirit as those who stepped off that ship in 1947. Different era, same courage, same belief. But this is Aliyah 2.0. It's not just a mindset, something we've never done before. We're driven by Zionism, by people, by belief, by our hearts. Because just like in 1968, we are again a moment of national rebuilding. This is Aliyah 2.0. This is Af al Pichen. This is a nation building at scale. It's a privilege to help build Israel in this moment. And if you believe, like we do, that Aliyah 2.0 is one of Israel's greatest opportunities, then join us. Join this movement be part of the transformation that we're leading in policy, in strategy, in impact. This is the time that Israel will rise for Aliyah. Thank you very much.